This simple appetizer is one that will leave everyone wanting more. It's an authentic Italian dish made with fresh ingredients. Elena Davis joins me to share her recipe for, I would say, bruschetta. She would say
Bruschetta.
So much better, so much better. I have never made this at home. It's an appetizer I always order at the restaurant, so I'm so excited. But first, welcome home.
Thank you so much.
You just
it's
returned
so good to be back.
Recently from your annual trip to Italy.
Yes, we spend the whole summer there, the kids, everyone. My husband comes for a little bit, and we just enjoy my family and the beach in Sardinia, so beautiful, and we just live there. More than a vacation, it's living.
Yes.
You know, I grew up there, and so.
Family first, of course. Look at these gorgeous pictures. But food comes in on the top 5 list as well. You had a lot of good eats.
Yes.
When you were visiting
like
home.
number 2. So it's family, friends, beach food, tide.
All in there,
so,
all in there. You had bruschetta?
Yes, we did. Of course, we made this often because we'd go to the fruit stands, fruit and vegetable stands. There's tomatoes everywhere, just like there's in-season tomatoes here now. So this is something super easy. You get home from the beach, everyone's starving. You have this already marinated, and then you just kind of throw it together. Everybody starts munching before we actually sit down to eat
So
something.
marinating the tomatoes?
Yes, so we start by marinating the tomatoes in some olive oil, a little bit of balsamic vinegar, aceto balsamico.
Okay.
Basil and some salt. You do want to add a little bit of salt because it is going to bring out the juices in the tomatoes, which is key to topping the toasted bread.
To moisten the bread a little bit. Can I ask, tomatoes are already super flavorful and very juicy. So is this step worth it?
Yes, it absolutely is. You just need to marinate them a little bit, get the juices out, and those juices will create something so delicious that's going to soak into that bread.
Okay.
So should we talk a little bit about the toasted bread?
Sure, please.
Okay, so the bread I recommend is a hearty bread on the outside that has a nice crust already and kind of the airy type of bread inside that's easy to toast. So bruschetta actually means, it comes from the term bruciare, which means to burn, which we're not going to burn, but we're going to toast. So these simply get toasted in the oven. Let's say it's still 100 degrees where you live, which could be here in Utah, and you don't want to turn on your oven, just toast them really nicely in a toaster, just to get that edge. Let them cool, so they're going to be a little bit soft on the inside and have that crunch on the outside. And the reason why you want to toast it is, again, because there's a lot of liquid in here. It's going to soak it into that bread so nicely. If you just put it on untoasted bread, it's going to get soggy. So there's a little bit of a difference there.
So the toast is about the texture. It's going to withstand and hold all the moisture we're going to pile on.
Yes. And it adds a little bit of the flavor as well. Now, to add a little more flavor to the bread, you can add the garlic in your marinade if you wish. That just means that you're going to be eating raw garlic, and that's okay. Sometimes I prefer not to. Here's what I love to do.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just
look at you. This is a toasted, cooled piece of bread.
Yes, toasted, cooled piece of bread.
You're giving it a little garlic shine.
Giving it a little garlic shine and flavor.
Oh my goodness.
It just...
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
oh my gosh.
Yummy.
That was so fun to watch you do. I don't know why. That was quite mesmerizing. I'm like, what is she doing? It's not butter.
Just a little bit.
It's not butter.
No,
okay.
It's just raw garlic. I'm going to put a little bit of salt on here. There's a little bit of salt in here too. And then I'm just going to... Now, here's the fun part. You can do this however you want. Now, traditional bruschetta does not have mozzarella. This is fresh mozzarella I'm adding on there. Traditional is just the marinated tomatoes with basil and olive oil. And so we're just adding on top. So the bruschetta refers to the bread, not the topping.
Oh, interesting.
Which a lot of people kind of get confused. So
So those are big tomato pieces.
Yes, they are. That's what I was saying. It's a little bit versatile in the sense that you can chop them up really small. You can use cherry tomatoes. You can cut them however you like and present it however you like and however might be easier to eat even. And then don't forget to spoon all of that yummy sauce right on top there. So ideally, you want to make these about 10 or so minutes beforehand, which is great if you're entertaining.
Yes.
You can have this done about 20 minutes beforehand. Toast your bread whenever, even wrap it in foil, and wait, and then you can assemble these. You kind of want to let them sit about 10 minutes just so those juices can get into that bread and you can have that delicious bite right when you bite into it.
Ooh, it looks lovely. What's the Italian way? Knife and fork, or?
So, nope,
No,
we're just gonna pick this up and I would just take a big bite right
We're
here.
just gonna enjoy it. We're gonna save that for the commercial break, you and I. Is that okay?
Yeah, we'll be taking some
loaded
bites.
slice, but it looks amazing. And I love the idea that it's not temperature controlled. From a hosting perspective, you can do this in the steps that you outlined and have that ready, fresh, and waiting for anyone who walks through your door. Ideally coming from the beach, but for the rest of us, maybe just coming for dinner.
Yes. Great for, long weekends, all of that.
I love it. Elena, thank you so much. Before we say goodbye, you've got an event coming up I want to ask you about.
Yes, so September 17th and 18th, it's a weekend. There's the Fiesta Italiana.
Okay.
And so that's at the Gateway. It's going to be so much fun. There's live music. I will be there on Saturday from 3:45 to 4:45 on the cooking stage.
Fantastic.
And I'm making this recipe, so come say hi. And come join the fun. So if you like Italian food, Italian fare, everything, come September 17th and 18th.
Well, with that description, you just invited the world. So thank you so much for that invitation and for sharing your family history and culture with us. We appreciate it.
Of course.
And you give us your website?
Yes. CucinaByElena.com.
Okay.
Instagram, I'm really active on there, so send me a message, reach out and say hi. Cucina by Elena. Cucina is kitchen.
We will. Thank you so much. Thanks for being in ours today.
You're welcome.